How's it going, YouTube? Oxa here, and welcome back. So today I got some exciting news. I'm talking about the newest Hellraiser coming out on Hulu here in the US. And yeah, the 11th film, I know it's crazy, in the Clive Barkwr saga, right? All the way back with 1987's original Hellraiser, which I saw for the first time, and I liked it. It was good. Yeah, and here we are, so many years later, now with the 11th film. So, Clive Barkwr, the author, right, of the original novel, The Hellbound Heart, he's a horror writer, right? Hellraiser was his directorial debut, and I think he did a good job. And yeah, now we're back with essentially a reboot, though it may be tied to the original continuity. Now, Hellraiser is a franchise like Halloween, the Michael Myers, right? Where after the first couple, it really goes downhill because in Hellraiser's case, only the first 4 films were theatrical. The 6 others that came out after that were all straight to DVD or straight to video type movies, and some of the later ones get really low budget. And yeah, it's just, as a franchise, it's not great, being honest. Really, the first 2 are the only ones you need to see. Clive Barkwr was involved in the first 4, the theatrical ones. But starting with 3, they make Pinhead and the Cenobites more of killers, slashers, when in the original 2, they're more like these ethereal, they're demons, but they have more presence to them of oh, we're here to explore the furthest reaches of experience, right? Pain, pleasure. There's more to them. And we're here with a new trailer, a new movie. So, many people, I was pretty skeptical because, again, this franchise is pretty bad. It's probably, again, like Halloween as a whole. They're pretty bad. But I'm hopeful. Another thing that had me worried too was that the Pinhead of the movie is played by Jamie Clayton, who is now a woman. She is transgender, and also a lot of people just had that backlash of oh, we're not getting Doug Bradley, who was Pinhead in most of the Hellraiser movies. Think of him how Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger, right? He's played him. Well, in Robert's case, he played him every single time except the remake in 2010. So Doug Bradley was he's known as Pinhead. He's played him in most of the movies, and then to hear that he's not coming back, a lot of fans were bummed. But even Doug himself gave his blessing, as in, and that's how my opinion on the whole thing is look, as long as you give me a good story, a good portrayal of Pinhead, right, of the Cenobites, I'm good. I don't care who, what, is playing. As long as it's good, I'm good. But yeah, so we have a new Pinhead, right, and new Cenobites. And of course, it's all revolves around the lament configuration, the little puzzle box that releases them or opens the doorway, right, from hell to here. But the trailer came out, a new one, which, here you go, if you haven't seen it.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It's really nice.
You can hold it.
What is it?
It's a puzzle. And it's almost finished. Keep going.
So if I solve it, do I get a prize?
I do.
That's 6 sides, 6 configurations. It opens up and it cuts you. And then they come to collect.
It's time. Greater delights await. We wish to see you proceed. Feed it. Their blood, their pain. All for us. What is it you pray for?
But yeah, so pretty cool. Again, I'm intrigued. I'm interested. We're close, right? We're literally like what, 2 weeks away, maybe less than that, till the release of this movie, October 7th. I'm excited. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I'm hopeful because, of course, Hulu earlier this year, back in August, we had Prey, the Predator prequel. And, just that movie did tie into the original Predator, lore story. And they did great. I really loved it. So I'm hopeful. I guess Hulu and 20th Century Studios, in that case, I got that trust of okay, I think Hulu, they did a good job. So I'm hoping they can keep that momentum going and, hit it out of the park again. That way we can, if anything, Hulu could become the place for these more horror revivals or installments that are oh, these are actually really good, and that'd be really cool to see. Again, Hellraiser as it is, the bar is low, to say the least. So if this movie even is average, it's better than most of the ones that come out. But just like Prey and the Predator franchise, I like to see it go up because, I'm a fan of Clive Barker's. He has an interesting take on horror, right? Usually it's sex, violence, and how those two can correlate and that sort of thing. I'm curious to see. Somehow this is tied, or from what I understood, because it's being directed by David Bruckner, who did The Night House, which is, I've heard, haven't seen it, is an underrated, pretty good horror movie, which supposedly was originally a Hellraiser script. I guess that explains why in that movie the house is meant for you not to escape. It's mirrors, meant to keep you in there. And so I'm oh, okay. It's they wanted to do this for a while, and then now that they finally get the chance, hopefully they do it justice. But yeah, being directed by David, so I think it's in good hands, right? Again, people say Night House was really good, definitely on my list of movies I need to catch up on. I'm hopeful, I guess I feel, it feels good. All these horror franchises coming back, right? We have Halloween coming. Halloween Ends, right? The end of the trilogy. Look, as long as it's better than Halloween Kills, I'm okay with that. End this little trilogy here. But yeah, what do you guys think? Did you know there's a new Hellraiser coming? I'm excited, I love that we see they're taking things from not only the first movie, because you also see in the trailer, you see Leviathan, who is essentially the god of hell in, right, the Hellraiser universe. So I'm okay, because you see him, right? In the trailer, at least, we'll see in the movie. But hey, I'm curious to see where they go with it. If they do a potential sequel bait, or oh, well, I guess depends how well it does. And how, if they will try to tie it to the franchise. Because they've said that. We'll see. But yeah, guys, what did you think? New Hellraiser? Are you excited? Do you even care? I don't blame you if you don't. But I'm optimistic. Rumors out there is that people like it, early screenings, that sort of thing. So we'll see. But if you like this type of content, I make new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. And please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.